Thank you very much, Johnny. I really appreciate it. And I want to say thank you to everyone for coming out. Again, I recognize it's a Sunday evening and most of you would normally be with your families, but I really appreciate your support of our campaign. I'm very, very excited about this race. Again, we're talking about House District 65. The reason I'm running is because I believe for too long in District 65 we've not had adequate representation. I really believe that our district has been left out, and I want you to know that I have the experience, the education, and the economic background knowledge to lead District 65 into the future. Specifically, I believe our district is challenged because of some of the things that are happening at this time. We're talking about, for the third year in a row, the Georgia legislature has not acted on transportation. And I want to talk about transportation because many of you are aware of the proposed MARTA cutbacks. I've attended a lot of the MARTA hearings, and I've listened to people who are dependent on MARTA in an effort to get to their jobs, in an effort to get to the hospitals. And when you hear these stories, you're concerned about, you know, the people who are faced with ridership and they're challenged with cutbacks. Specifically, what they're telling us is that the proposals are to cut trains and buses when it comes to transportation at midnight. And this is going to affect tourism, it's going to affect second shift employees. It may even affect third shift employees who take trains and buses to get to third shift. So we're talking about a very, very critical situation. Now, what can the state do about that? And what would George Sneed do about that as your next state representative? Well, first of all, you got to think about how MARTA is funded. Currently, MARTA is funded by a penny tax from the city of Atlanta and from DeKalb County and from Fulton County. We need to encourage the entire state of Georgia to support MARTA financially, and that takes leadership. I recognize that currently the legislature is headed by Republicans, but I think that Democrats need to take greater stances, okay? I think that particularly in District 65, we have not heard enough about this issue from the leadership, and that is something that I want to offer. And I want to wrap up on transportation. I want to let you know that I am a member of Citizens for Progressive Transit. I'm also a member of Act Now, which is the Area Coalition for Transit. These are groups that support transit throughout the state. They recognize where we are lacking and where we could be. Transit is not a simple issue, and I'm not trying to make light of it, but I just think that things have stalled, particularly in our area, because we've not had the leadership. Remember, MARTA has cutbacks. You have, it's a ripple effect. You're going to have those unions, like the amalgamated transit workers, they're going to be layoffs, okay? I support labor, and I think it's very, very important for everyone to know the ripple effects of the layoffs from MARTA employees all the way down to, again, those employees who are not able to make it to work, particularly people who work at the airport, which is like Georgia's maybe largest contributor for the tax base. I mean, we're talking about a multi-billion-dollar industry we have at our airport, and people have to have a way to get to work. So I really want to know that, I want you to know that I'm behind transit workers, that I have a plan for advancing transportation in Georgia, and I can see the future where we should be. President Obama provided $8 billion in stimulus funds for transportation. Georgia did not have a plan. His plan was to connect the entire nation through light rail. Florida had a plan. North Carolina had a plan. These states have received $500 and $600 million grants. Georgia did not have a plan. We got a measly $12 million that did help to support MARTA. But you see the comparison. You see where we are. And still our governor, his plan would go into action in 3 years. So I'm just saying the current leadership doesn't get it. And it's time that we change.